Students, I wanted to do a quick tutorial today on Google Classroom showing you how to get into the program as well as what some of the basic functionality of it is. I realized that most of you used this in 5th grade last year if you were in the Spencer County School District, but just in case you weren't or you've forgotten over the summer, I thought we'd go over it real quick. So the first thing that you're going to want to do once you are in Google is to actually get to Google Classroom. There's a few different ways to do that. On your computer, you can click this little series of tiles up here called the waffle. When you open it up, somewhere under those apps, you'll likely find Classroom. Mine is at the bottom. Yours will probably be somewhere closer to the top. You can click that and it'll take you to Google Classroom. You can, of course, also just go to Google and type in Google Classroom, or go up to the search bar at the top of your screen and type in Google Classroom as well, or classroom.google.com. You'll click it, load it up, and once you get into the page, yours will look quite a bit different than mine does. If you haven't enrolled in a Google Classroom class before, this page will be empty. If you have enrolled in a class before, then it'll show your old 5th grade or 4th grade classes in it. If you'd like, you can unenroll from those if you'd like to clean it up, or you can just leave them if you ever want to go back and look at some of your old assignments for some reason. You can click this little plus sign at the top right corner of the screen, and it'll bring up a page that says either join class or create class. Of course, you want to join a class, and there'll be a spot for you to type in a class code. I will give you a class code to use so that you can get into your specific Google Classroom for the class that you're in right now, whether that's 2nd, 3rd, 6th, or 7th period. You'll type in the class code, press join, and you will be in the class. Alternatively, you may have a teacher invite you to the class, in which case you'll just click join, which will be somewhere down here on the bottom right of the box for that class. Now, once you're into the class itself, which you can do by clicking the class title, you'll get a page that looks somewhat like mine. It'll be a little bit different, but pretty similar. The main thing you have on the front page would be the upcoming section on the left, and this section called the stream that's kind of in the middle or the right. The upcoming section is important because it'll tell you if you have an assignment that's worth a grade that's coming up in my class. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, that'll be an assignment that we complete in class, and you won't have to worry about like doing it for homework or something. But if, say, you miss a class or something like that, then it'll be important for you to try to get that done before it becomes due, just so I can grade it with everybody else's and you can get the grade at the same time. Now, in the stream, you'll see that I've posted several things that we've already done in class during the first few days of school. You'll see the video that we watched on day 1 where I talked about some of the beginning basic info for the class. You'll see the note home to your parents that I gave you just yesterday in class. And above that, you'll see some of the assignments that we did. For new assignments, they should be higher up to near the top of your stream. So for example, I posted this book survey for us to do, and it'll pop up, and when you click it, it will give you the instructions and you'll be able to begin it if it's an assignment. Google Classroom is pretty basic. Once all your teachers give you codes, then you'll be able to get into their classes anytime and see assignments that you've already done or assignments that you have coming up. Probably the most important tab for you in my class will be this classwork button at the top. Now, the way that we're going to organize Google Classroom, you will have it sectioned off into units. Right now, of course, since it's the beginning of the school year, we're in Unit 1, Introduction to Language Arts. And you'll notice that all of the assignments have a little number in front of them, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Usually the higher up the number is, the more recent that assignment will be. For example, 1.3, the book survey, is going to be due on August 13th. It was just posted, and it's there for you to do today whenever you first log into Google Classroom. There's a couple other functions of Google Classroom that might be kind of important. You can click people and see the other people that you're in the class with, including the teachers. You can click grades if you have the grades tab and look up and see what your grades are, if any of them have been graded on Google Classroom, although I would mostly stick to Infinite Campus for your grades as it will be much more accurate and much more recently updated. If you'd like to change some of the settings, you can click this little cog in the top right corner and change things ranging from your little profile picture to various other settings like notifications you get when a teacher posts a new assignment or other things like that. Now, that kind of covers the basics of Google Classroom. Remember, generally when you log into Google Classroom in My Class, you're going to click the Classwork tab, and Mr. Collins will usually direct you to whatever assignment you need